Take marker. Action. Take two. What's going on, moviegoers all over the world? My name is Ryan D, aka Ryan 680.
Juana Cloud X, right?
Angela, that cat lady Ange.
That crazy cat lady. Yeah. Alrighty, moviegoers all over the world. This is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Movie Talk for movie fans, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get right to it, man. This is our review of Boy Erased, ladies and gentlemen. First off, thank you for clicking that play button. Thank you for giving us a thumbs up already, guys. I know you did. Or did not. Alright, man. Or will, exactly, guys. Alright, man. So, Juan, get us started, man.
Okay, so I want to get started. I thought we were watching a different movie.
First, give that little small tidbit what you thought we were seeing.
I thought, just because I work, I'm busy. I thought we were watching, was it called Beautiful Boy?
Boy
I was
Steve
excited
Carell,
to see Carell. And when I get to the theater, we're like, no, this is
Boy Erased. It's the spin-off.
I just heard boy. So just, I did not know what we were watching at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so now going into this movie, it's a very sensitive movie. The topic of what's about, how it's portrayed. I think everything about this movie is
everything. I mean, it was just all that. You know, we're gonna mention, of course. You know, this is a story based on a true story, guys. First off, and just so many mixed emotions in here. So much emotions in here. Sad. Just so many different kind of mixtures in here. And I'm not at all saying that the movie's happy. I'm just saying that it just so much emotions, adjectives, nouns. I mean, everything going on. I mean, you can write a whole story about this. Like, it's obviously this person did. And but yeah, Juan, go ahead and continue, man. So,
I did not know. Okay, first off, again, I didn't know what we were watching. I did not know it was based on a true story. I want to see at the end. I find out. I did not like the movie.
Oh, okay, all right. No, that's all good.
Start off there.
Yeah.
And
give us your reasons why. Tell us why you didn't like it.
The movie played out. It had a few plot holes. One of the big things I look in for in movies is the score, like the music. Yeah. I did not like the music in this one.
Yes, man. I felt like that song was over because they played it twice.
More than twice, a little like violin one.
Yeah, like it was just the same song. I was just like, okay, when you go into the editing room and you're working on the music, because let's be honest, the music, the music sets the mood. I mean, you can't just be like talking it's just there's dialogue, but there's no music. You know, you gotta be composed or someone. You know, Hans Zimmer. But I felt like it was just this. It was the same song, and it was annoying because it started off at the same time. It would be different. Maybe it would be acceptable if you played the song like, okay, here's the beginning part one time, and then like the middle, or something. And then play the middle. It was just, but it was the beginning, the song over and over again.
It was like the driving.
I could have done it. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, it was very poorly done. I'm gonna also mention too that this film was poorly directed. Man, poorly directed. I did not like the way the direction of this movie was going. Not to say that this movie didn't have a strong message, because it had a great strong message. Yes. Great strong message. And Angela looks like she wants to say something, so go ahead and say something.
Okay, so going further into you guys. So for those of you who don't know, the film basically is about gay conversion therapy. So it's about how the main character, his name is Jared, how he goes through it. His parents put him through it.
And his father's a pastor.
Yeah, his father's a pastor, and when he finds out that his son is gay, he puts him into a gay conversion therapy group. So basically the whole story is about what Jared goes through. For me, I really liked it. It is a sensitive topic, but I do think that it was necessary. I think that how do I say? So it is a sensitive topic, but I think that I'm trying to put it into words.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
I think it was great. The music so much didn't bother me because I get what you're trying to say, that's a main component of the telling the story. Yeah. But for me, that wasn't the message. I think the message wasn't. Yeah. I think it could have highlighted. I guess it could have been a little bit more variety during like certain parts. They play like you said, the same song. But I don't think it took away from the message. And I don't I don't really focus on stuff like that.
It was that. It was also the direction, just the whole direction of the movie, the way he was going. I mean, we could talk about spoilers, or we can mention a couple, because there was a lot of plot holes in this movie, and I felt like it was done poorly. It's just, I get it. Like, if it didn't affect them, then why is it in the story? That's the only thing I didn't like.
So the plot holes we're referring to are some of the other group members in the gay therapy session. Yeah. We don't really fully know what happened to them at the end, and those are the plot holes. But I feel like you meet these characters because they do affect, like, they honestly do affect the main character, Jared. They do. They have an impact. Each one of those people that he interacted with have an impact on him.
I didn't know the movie was about the therapy until the end of the movie. Yeah. From the get-go of the movie, I thought it was about him. And him
struggling, with his identity, with his parents,
exactly, with his history,
and coming from a person that did see the trailer, and we did see some of that in there, and how cruel and how unhuman the acts that they did, and just all that stuff. I mean, just again, this is me coming from. I grew up in the church. I grew up totally in the church. All my whole entire 26 years of my life. Grew up in it, was born into it, raised in it, and, I've never really encountered something like this before. And not to say that, just, we're not going out there saying, like, all religion's bad. No, but some, like, with the same thing with...
Hardcore.
Yeah, core with anything like that. It's the individual people that.
I feel like, it like you said, there were parts where it was cruel, and you see what the people had to go through, Jared and the other group members, but I feel like it was very, almost like the tip of the iceberg, very sugar-coated. So I feel like, yes, we see the emotional, the psychological, the physical abuse that these group members went through, but I feel like in real life, it's a lot worse. And even though
it could be,
I'm sure it is. And me, I personally didn't grow up in the church. I do have faith, but I didn't grow up. But I feel like.
But going back into this movie, it's funny. I did not know. Well, it's this is his second time directing it, and it was the counselor there, or the head counselor there, at the facility, the retreat area. He's actually the director, Joel. And it's funny too, because this is his second movie, and I'm not saying he's a good actor. I mean, I felt like he was acting a lot better than directing. I mean, when it comes to transitioning from an actor to a director, it's very, we don't personally know it, but it's just, I felt like you're the boss there, the writers and everything, and all the writing room, and it was just poorly executed, not by the actors or the actresses, because the actors and actresses played their role great. I mean, Russell Crowe was in it, Nicole Kidman had her own spotlight in the movie, which I felt like she was going to stay quiet throughout the whole movie while watching. I was just like, she's just going to take it all. Like, she's not going to say anything. And then at the very end, that's when she was all like, all right, I'm not just going to be quiet anymore. But overall, I mean, I just felt like, the way that this movie was presented to us, and I mean, it should be nominated as an Oscar. I feel like it should be. Overall, I think it should be not nominated for Best Picture, though. I don't think it should be nominated for Best Picture.
As maybe, what?
Huh?
What nomination
is it gonna get?
At least the actors or actresses get them recognized.
Which ones?
I would say, of course.
I didn't like the acting, honestly.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. When did you
I think throughout the movie, their acting was kind of mediocre.
Okay.
But when they needed to act, like in the very emotional and sensitive parts, they did really good. Mm-hmm. But other parts, they were very lacking.
I really, I'm gonna nominate Joel, the director. I'm gonna nominate him for supporting, because I really did like him as the, I guess you could say, the villain, but like the
antagonist.
Yeah, the antagonist. Yeah. And it was good, man. I love. He's always done that role good. I mean, I've seen him in so many movies. And he was awesome in Black Mass with Johnny Depp. I mean, he just, as a detective, FBI agent, and I love him for those roles, as playing pretend, or thinking that he's the antagonist, but thinking he's the good guy, but in reality he's really the bad guy. But yeah, so overall, what did you feel? So obviously we mentioned what we felt like, what they needed and everything, and the very sensitive subject, of course, all around. And it's just, this movie felt for me was very sad. I mean, just what this person went through. I mean, let's just face the facts. It was a very emotional movie, and I felt like it wasn't strong enough as I wanted it to be. You know, like I feel like it wasn't like I wanted to feel like the way I felt. I guess I'm trying to compare a movie, a drama. I wanted a dramatic presence, and I feel like it was poorly done for me. What do you think, Angela?
I think for me it goes back to the same. Like I think it's very sugar coated. So
you're sticking to that.
And I think that adds to your point. Like we didn't see how bad it could get, so we only saw like I said the tip of the iceberg. So we didn't get a sense of the true dramatic, I guess, feeling that you're trying to get.
Yeah, I feel like it was more than tip of the iceberg though. I feel like we got at least half of it.
No, I don't think so. No, I feel like they showed a little bit of what goes on, but I feel like it's a lot worse, and I would have liked to seen it highlighted a little bit more. Okay. That's for me, my personal opinion. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this though, like it's just the way Jared struggles as an individual. I mean, whether it doesn't matter, you know, if you're whatever the case may be, it's just finding yourself as an identity and figuring out who you are during that time, during that teenage presence is just very hard on anyone. And going through whether you be bullied, whether every situation is very different. And I feel like the church should approach every situation differently, and not to go into politics or anything like that, but I just throwing that out there.
This did take place in 2003.
Okay.
It was back in the day where that was more...
Dang, okay.
The setting, and then at the end of the movie, 4 years later, was 2007.
Okay. Dang, that's crazy.
So this took place in a time where that wasn't so embraced. It was very...
And you could see that, like, they're trying to strip away individuals' identity by in their form of expression and limiting their contact with outside, you know, sources. And to me, that was really eye-opening to see that.
Well, let's go ahead and go to ratings. One?
Unfortunately, I want to give it a 5.
Okay.
Maybe a 5.
I'm being generous. I'm going to go with 7.
7.5.
You're the one that said it was all. What the heck? Okay, all right.
I agree with you. It could have been better. Yeah. The direction could have been. It was a little bit more scattered than I would have liked. But overall, I think it's a really great movie. Okay.
All right, man. All right, guys. Would you recommend this movie?
I would not. Again, it is a very sensitive topic. I think this movie might offend some people.
Yeah, it's
both sides.
On both sides, yeah. On both sides of the fence.
I just wouldn't recommend it. Again, it could have been portrayed a lot better. It could have been done better. I think if you're gonna do a movie like this, you should do it right.
That's a good point though that you mentioned too. I'm gonna quote you on that too. Like the actors were very mediocre. And for me, it was only like I said,
they weren't mediocre the whole time though.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's just the only time that I really felt like was like 2 scenes, and that was it. Everything else was mediocre. It's funny that you mentioned that because I only like 2 scenes out of the.
But yeah, that's fine. They're mediocre. Yeah. Then in some parts they poured the heart into what they were doing, but the other times it was kind of very monotone and just. Okay.
I'm gonna be on the fence on this. I'm pretty sure I'm leaning towards no. I would not recommend this movie, but it is gonna hopefully get some Oscar recognition because the Focus feature is known to get Oscar recognition around this time of year. Also, it's the holiday season, and a lot of Oscar movies are coming out during these times. Angela, what do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just gonna if I think it's a great. It's starting the conversation, and even like you said, it could have been done better. It should have been done better. I feel like it's a good starting point. Like it's opening people's eyes to, and it's surprising is when I was reading some comments beforehand because I knew what this movie was about. I watched the trailer before watching it. It's kind of astonishing to see how many people don't believe that this goes on or has gone on. So I think that it's needed, and I feel like people should watch it to learn and to what's been happening in our society.
Well, would you buy this movie? No, me neither. I'm not gonna buy it. I would. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. As always, I'm your host Ryan D. aka Ryan 680.
One at Cloud X Drive.
Angela at that Cat Lady Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Give us a thumbs up if you like our video, man. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and you know you want to.